again, everybody. Welcome to another Vegas Voice segment of Seniors Vote. I'm Dan Roberts, the publisher of the magazine, and it's our goal to introduce you to all the individuals who have decided to run for public office. It is not our goal to tell you who to vote for, but for you to make up your own mind after our interviewing with all these great people. I'm very fortunate to have, once again, candidate for mayor of the city of Henderson, and that's Hollie Chadwick. Hollie, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's a great day.
Hopefully it will be. Hollie, you were here a couple of months ago, and you mentioned previously, we'll get into it, is that you're really not a politician, but you've been involved for 6-7 months. How has this last couple of months affected you, one way or the other?
Well, politics isn't for the faint of heart, boy. It keeps you busy, and there's a lot to learn. I've enjoyed learning all the things I've learned about everything in the Valley and, what is good, what people don't appreciate, what the frustrations are. It's been very eye-opening coming from, my whole career was in public service and public safety and law enforcement, but now I've expanded my growth and knowledge to the whole Valley and everything we do, and it's really been a great learning experience. It's tough. You got to be out there working hard every day, but it's been very rewarding.
You had an extremely interesting situation because your prior career, you were law enforcement. You were the police chief. I know we discussed it last time, what happened to you. Looking back, do you regret that? Are you looking forward to your new career in your life? What exactly is it that you really want to strive for right now?
Well, distance and time and reflection helps you look back on things and say everything happens for a reason. It was tough at the time, it broke my heart. But the city did acknowledge they had no cause to fire me. I had done nothing wrong. And so I needed to move on with my life. And when I look at, I'm still young, I'm retired, I can live off my Nevada pension because of the hours and time I put into the public safety forum for the state. Looking back, now I see, what do I want to keep doing for this community? And I want to keep giving back, and I want to lead them in a different way. And being mayor was really important to me when I looked at that role because it is a nonpartisan position. It's the ability to truly impact the day-to-day lives of the men and women who live here and work in Henderson. And it's an opportunity to bring all sides together and have us work as a team and really accomplish things at a local level that we can continue to do to impact Henderson and make it the great city that it is. So really, I'm running because I love this community. I want to continue to give back, and I can't see anything else that I wanted to do besides continuing to serve this great community.
One of the things that I've been asked by people is when I tell people that people are going to run for the city council, the mayor, and after they scratch their heads and they say, well, how can anybody work with a group of dysfunctional people like that? Because that city council, it's like a mean girls club. Everybody's suing everybody. There's criminal charges out there. Assuming you become mayor, let's say you become mayor, how do you work with these people? Because it seems like they all hate each other.
Well, first and foremost, as the mayor, you have the opportunity to set the tone, not just for the city and the community, but also for mayor and city council. So it's my job as soon as I get in there to make us start working as a team. Sit down, talk about our differences. We can agree to disagree and always be respectful to each other, but we also have to remember our actions, especially on the dais, impact our citizens and our community and everybody that actually works for the city of Henderson. Everybody is feeling that right now, and that's not what we should do as leaders, nor should that be going through the Valley. Unfortunately, right now, throughout the Valley, we're referred to as a high school. That's very frustrating, and it's not what we want for Henderson. Henderson's a great community. It's a great place to live, but it starts at the top. So we need to come together and be okay with agreeing to disagree, be respectful of each other, and work as a team, because the common goal for all of us is to make decisions that positively impact this community. And when we keep our eye on that, then everything should come together. And there's going to be times where people don't want to agree on stuff or vote on stuff. You can still be respectful to other people's opinions and thoughts.
And in order for you to do that, you were the number one cop, city of Henderson. And this is what we're going to do police-wise. Now you become mayor, and you have these city council people who say, I don't care what you are, I don't care who you are, I'm not going to listen to you. And you can see that in the politics today. How do you even get around something like that as opposed to grabbing your gun and shooting them, which I don't think you should do?
No, no goodness. I will never do that. But I understand what you're getting at. Listen, at the end of the day, we're all adults. We have to sit down and understand that when you're put in these positions, you're elected. You're elected in these positions by the citizens and the community of Henderson, and therefore you have an obligation to them. And I don't think anybody is electing us to these positions so that we can continue to argue or have the stressful outcomes that we're having within the walls of the city of Henderson. So it's incumbent upon all of us to step back and say, why are we choosing this role? If it's to truly lead this community and be positive, impactful people, then we need to work together. And I truly believe that you can get there. You just need to have calm voices in that room that are bringing everyone back together. And again, whatever they're doing outside with other stuff, they have to be allowed to continue to whatever legal apparatus they're using. I would never interfere with that. But when we come to work every day and we step through those walls of City Hall, we have a job to do, and that's to take care of the workers at the city of Henderson and our community members.
And with that in mind, you now become mayor. What are your priorities? What are you looking to do as mayor of the city of Henderson?
Well, first and foremost, our public safety needs to be taken care of. For the last year, they have been arguing over a contract. Now, I think they're getting close to resolving that, but over a year during that time, because people are so frustrated about not getting paid adequately, they're leaving. We've lost a lot of people the last year, a lot of qualified officers that are leaving to go to other jurisdictions within the valley or moving out of state. And just so people know, it takes about a year to train up an officer to take that position and fill that void. So even though the city continues to hire, which is great, by the time a year goes from now where they've gotten through the academy and field training, we're running short again. So we've got to get past this. We have to pay our officers competitive wages. We have to make sure they have all the equipment they need to go out and do their jobs. And then moving on, and just so people know, I fully support the current chief. I want the best for him. I know he's doing the best he can. Officers choosing to leave is not a reflection on him. It's a reflection on the fact that these officers don't feel valued. And we have to fix that because we're losing too many. On top of that, I care about our blue-collar workers. So many blue-collar workers that work for the city, and also our union members that work out in the community. We need to keep work local. We have so many outside companies from other states coming here to build things in Henderson. We shouldn't be doing that. Work needs to stay local because that's how we continue to build up the right things for this community. We have highly trained Teamsters, unions, tradesmen, women. We have people here that can do the job, and we need to make sure we're keeping that work local. We need to make sure that we're making better decisions about our roadways and infrastructure. Right now, Boulder Highway is a huge frustration for the community, and it's causing a lot of stress and strain out there for our local businesses and for people that are trying to use those roadways. On top of that, we have Three Kids Mine, which is another huge concern with this community, that we're building houses on top of that area. So again, it's making sure the decisions we make are truly beneficial and impactful to this community. Our schools, we need to make sure the schools we're building are the right schools and accommodating the education we need. But we also need to make sure when we build these schools, they have the proper roadways that can sustain people coming in and out to pick up their families. The biggest complaint I hear right now is people trying to get to school to drop off their kids or pick them up, and they can't get in and out, and it's causing traffic jams because we're kind of squeezing them in. We also have a school right now. When you go outside, you can see the dispensary across the street. Those are decisions we should never be making. We should make sure that we're not giving zone variances or adjusting our decisions based upon development. We have to be smarter than that. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. There's a lot going on in this valley. There's a lot of things that really just come down to, let's make the decisions that are going to benefit our city employees and, most importantly, how the community continues to grow.
Well, speaking about that, over the last couple of years, you have Inspirata, which never existed years ago. You have Cadence coming out. The growth has been phenomenal. Is there enough room? Is there enough water? Everyone says, oh, let's all grow. That's great. That's fantastic. But we're not going to have any water. How do you deal with that?
Well, that's a legitimate concern. One thing people need to know is 99% of the water that you use in your house comes right back through. That's not what we lose. It's the water outside, right? It's the desert landscaping or the watering landscaping. It's the parks. But we also have to be cognizant we can't keep turning everything all the way into desert landscaping, because what we're doing is adding to the heat index. And people don't understand that. They're wondering why the valley is 5 to 10 degrees hotter now. Well, we keep pulling up the grass and other issues. But the biggest thing on that is working with our state and federal partners, because it's all going to come down to what they negotiate with the Boulder Dam and Lake Mead Water and Colorado River and all of those. So again, that's a big state level decision that needs to be made, and those contracts need to be done correctly. And it's incumbent upon local politicians to make sure we're supporting those endeavors to continue to make sure we have the water coming through the valley. And yes, when we make decisions about development or bringing new things into the valley, we need to be very cognizant of, for example, if we're going to bring in tech centers or data centers, how is that water going to be utilized? Or there's new data centers that only use wind and use very little, if any, water, or they use the potable water, which we don't use that water anyway. So again, before we make these decisions, we're actively looking at how is this going to impact the valley with the decisions we're making and our water usage.
So, again, in the few moments that we have left, if people want more information about you, Hollie, they want to support you, they want to volunteer, how do they get a hold of you?
Well, we have a wonderful website, hollieformayor.com, and it's HOLLIEFORMAYOR.com. Or you also have my email, Hollie Chadwick for mayor@gmail.com. If you send an email, we'll reply to you. And these are ways that you can get to know us. We're doing meet and greets all the time. We're updating our social feed websites and our Facebook page so that you know whenever we're doing meet and greets or I'm out there in the community talking with people. I would love to get to know people. I'm out door knocking. I'm doing everything I can as a grassroots effort to get out there and make sure the community knows we're here for them. I recently got some great endorsements by the Fraternal Order of Police and Nevada Teamsters, and I know more endorsements are coming, but these are critical to me because these are your workers reaching out and saying, we support you. So again, I'm in this because I care about this community and I want to make the impactful changes we need to continue to take care of us.
So with that, and I'm going to put you on the spot. I did it before. I'm going to do it again.
Okay.
People who read the Vegas Voice, people who live in Sun City Anthem, Sun City McDonald Ranch, Solera Anthem, if they should vote for you for mayor because you fill that in.
Well, you should vote for me because I am a true public servant. I stand by my integrity. I'm running on truth, trust, and transparency because I want to serve the community members. I've served you for the last 22 years wearing a uniform. I've served you honorably, and I will continue to do that as your mayor because, again, I care about the individual impact that we have on the community, and it's not about dollars and cents for me as it is about the daily lives and how you live them.
Good answer on that.
Oh,
Hollie, I thank you so much for being
Thank
here.
you.
Hopefully we'll have you again before
Yes,
the
sir.
primary and everything else. And this is Dan Roberts for Seniors Vote saying we'll see you next time. Thanks again.
Thank you.